Today we have an 8-mile long run. We hit a push earlier in the morning. And this week in general, I want to be talking about like the gear I be using because it is now 5 weeks in to marathon training, week 5 out of 16. So we're pretty deep in. Like last week, focusing on recovery. This week, focusing on the gear because I feel like that is also a big part of what makes my marathon training successful while also being able to keep up with everything else I do in my life. 2 days ago, we were able to run in the Brooks Glycerin Maxes, and I did enjoy them because it was an easy pace. The other shoe we have to try out because I can only pick one for this training block, the Asics Superblast 2s. The stack height is pretty similar. I'd say the difference is they say this is a better long run shoe for faster runs, and this is a better easy run shoe for slower runs. And I really have to take into account that my easy pace is between 10.5 minutes and 11 minutes. So anything faster than that is like fast for me. So my marathon pace is gonna be around 9:30, which is slow for a lot of other people. 4 miles in this conversational pace, and then 4 miles in this conversational pace. Again, my conversational pace is between 10:30 and 11. Really slow, almost a shuffle. So is this overkill for me? Maybe, but that's like, you know, why we're testing it out. Another part of my gear that I forgot to mention, these North Face tip gloves. So just so you guys know, for my runs before, I was running in these Costco really cheap gloves, these head gloves that are really thick and big. We were able to get thinner gloves, although today it's kind of hot outside for Utah. Like it's 60 degrees. I bought all this warm weather gear to be running in like 15 degrees, but it's 62. So I don't even think I'm gonna wear these, but for the colder runs, North Face tip gloves, that's what I have.
People around me choose to reject him. I will follow Christ and live out my calling, no questions. To whom shall we go? He's got the words of life when he speaks. Nourishment fills the soul, the pride of my soul is dying, he breathes in me. Dead bones now alive and got this heart beating. Man, I breathe easy, your profound peace in me. This well run dry transformed into a sea. Easy. I live in a world where it's hard to find hope for humanity and trust in mankind. I got philanthropic organizations.
I've been running like 7 miles in the Brooks Glycerin Max and about 5 miles in the Asics Superblast. I want to say it was easier to run at the slower paces. That roll felt a lot more roll-like, and getting that turnover from heel striking, which I do, to the toe felt really smooth and plush, and I felt like I can just cruise at that slow pace. Versus the Superblast 2, when I was running on this, I immediately felt the difference. I don't know if I still need to break it in or not. Obviously I do. It's only like I only ran 5 miles in it. That every time I would land, it was way firmer. Like, yes, it's a taller stack height, but that doesn't mean it got any more plush. I felt very like impact and then almost like an explosion popping off with this shoe. And that was only when I was going probably at the faster paces, closer to like anything above 10 minutes felt like I was able to propel off of. But this was an easy run, and like I said, my easy runs are around 10:30 to 11. This long run, I was hitting around a 10-minute and 10-second pace because of the Superblast just wanting me to pull a little bit faster. I think that I can't take full advantage of this shoe because I'm not running a 5-minute, 6-minute, 7-minute marathon pace. My marathon pace is gonna be 9:40, which is slow. It's completing the marathon, but it's slow. And I feel like this shoe will be able to get that done in a lot simpler, more cruise-like way compared to this, which is just a fast shoe. And like if I was doing like a speed workout with my Endorphin Speed 4, I can really replace this because my speed workouts are really in the 7 to 8 minute range. Even that is slow compared to what this shoe is made for like $200. And so for me, being the slower runner that I am, it has to be this shoe, without a doubt. For the slower beginner runners, this is just good for me. Compared to this, I wish I can take advantage of what the Superblast 2 has to offer. I'm just not fast enough. If I'm being completely honest, I'm not fast enough for the shoe. So I will be returning the Superblast 2 despite all the hype, despite how good it looks. I think I'm gonna take them on like one more run because I will say these were a little more broken in. At the end of the week, who knows?
Found the pictures in the back of my closet. Our hair was longer and we dressed kind of funny. Yeah, it was all fun and games, the simple days. Oh, it's crazy how times have changed. I remember when we were younger, all the good times together. Now I'm wishing that you were close. Can we turn?
So today's cool day. We're here at the climbing gym, the front, Salt Lake City, and we hit our pull-ups. We hit our like power pull-ups to see how high we can get. And before I finish my pull workout, I'm gonna do some climbing because the weights don't go as high as I can do. So in order for me to get more tired, I'll do some climbing first, and then I'll finish it off with rows and bicep curls. So I sort of split up the workout this way in order to like accommodate for the weight not being high enough. Today, this week, we're talking about gear. Honestly, for my climbing gear, it's really simple. The main thing is just the climbing shoes, right? So everything I have like is in this bag. So first, in order to not have smelly shoes, you have Boot Bananas. They're like 20 bucks. They keep everything nice. The Evolve V6s, I've been climbing in these for about 6 months now. I've had these shoes and they've cupped up pretty well. They're a good intermediate shoe because I'm an intermediate climber. They're literally called the V6s. The highest grade I've climbed is V6. So this is where I'm at this shoe. I'm not gonna go to anything higher yet because these now, at first they really hurt, but now they fit me like a glove. And then this static climbing chalk bag based out of San Diego, California, and chalk inside. I think it's Gorilla Grip chalk. That's literally all for climbing, as well as these pants that I'm wearing. Cowell Club pants. We'll get some climbs, then finish our back/pull/bicep workout.
I need a time machine. We could run it back, just you and me. Every time we turn it on, I get lost inside. Can we just stay here forever in a time machine? What if we snuck out on a late night adventure? Just like we did before, but this time it's better. Cause I would never have it any other way, even though that the times have changed. Oh yeah, I remember when we were younger, all the good times together. Now I'm wishing that you were close. Can we turn back time?
Today we have a tempo 2-mile run, and it's really just a test to see if I'm gonna return these or not. What we have today is 1.25 miles at a conversational pace, which I'm gonna try again. We already know that my easy pace is too slow for these shoes. And then we have 2 miles at what I'm gonna try to hit 8:30 pace. That's about as fast as I can go for a sustained duration of time. Anything over 1 mile, I could probably only hit 8:30. We'll see if my 8:30 pace is gonna be too slow for these shoes, because one, it's not a matter if the shoe can keep up with me, because I am a slow runner who's just starting, still within my first year of running. It's a matter if I can keep up with the shoe. And so far for that first run, I wasn't able to do that. It felt very slappy. I wasn't able to take advantage of the pop of the shoe. But now that it's a little broken in, we ran 5 miles in it last time. We're gonna do a faster 2 miles to see if it will work out. If not, I'm returning them and sticking with the Brooks. And then after 2 miles at 8:30, we are running 0.75 at a slow pace just as a cool down. In the shaker, we have our water plus creatine plus electrolytes plus G1M Sport. I didn't feel right only doing one run and calling it a day. For all the hype out on the Asics Superblast 2, I just wanted to give it one more try. I will give the thoughts after.
Everybody's long lasting. Nobody gonna know we know they broadcast it. When I feel lost, you be my compass. My compass. When it rain, you change your forecast. Yeah. All them other women know they contest you. Baby, turn around and make her undress you. Know they had a hate and it be nonsense. Where you do that thing, I know if you forget you. Forget you. We don't gotta rush, let's pace.
I was averaging 8:45, but because it's hills, I was like fluctuating between 7:30 and 9. And honestly, the shoes felt the best when I was at like 7:30. That's something I can't keep up with. 7:30 is just too fast for me to keep up with where this shoe wants to be at. And obviously, I'm okay with that because I have the Brooks Glycerin Max. This shoe feels good at 11. This shoe feels good at 10. And this shoe feels good at 9 and even a 30-minute pace. But I am not at the capability yet to be taking advantage of what this shoe has to offer. This shoe wants to run like anything faster than 8.5 minutes for 8, 10, 12 plus miles. And that is not something I can do. I'm planning to run this marathon at around a 9:30 to 10-minute pace. And for me, the Brooks Glycerin Max feels a lot better than this. Maybe for my second marathon or third or 4.5 marathon where I'm trying to keep up with eventually an above 8.5 minute pace, this shoe would be great for that. But right now, it's not the one for me. That's that. Luckily, I have this. So in this competition for a beginner runner, intermediate runner, I don't even know what type of runner. I'm just a runner. For me, I'm choosing this one. I got this new pre-workout in. Bucked Up Woke AF. I also got all of these that I'm probably gonna try out this week. The main thing with this is that I am not used to like how much caffeine usually comes in this. Boba tea protein, one of my favorites. I've been using it probably for about like 6 months now. I've been using this same formula because it just works for me. And with the ingredients on it, only 250 milligrams of caffeine. This has almost a third more caffeine at 333 milligrams. And this workout we have today is not necessarily like a workout that's supposed to make me super tired. It's like my lower day, which is kind of easier.
Say